Hello, my name is Frank Werner from Software AG, and I'm now about to give a demonstration of results from the RASEN project, which cover one of the pilots, and the topic is security testing and risk assessment of large-scale networked systems. The following process is underlying the analysis, which covers 5 different phases, starting from the modeling phase, the first phase, then the model artifacts are exported. There's test generation, automated testing on a live virtual machine, on a live system. Then the results are exported again from this testing tool and imported back into the modeling tool. In the following, I will give a short introduction about the ARIS business architect and the implemented RASEN methodology. The ARIS methodology looks as follows. We've imported the common weakness enumeration database into ARIS. Then there is already a predefined set of generic component types which are frequently used and which facilitate the risk manager modeling of new products, new components. And there's also the opportunity to implement specific user-defined component types with CWEs as needed. Now this looks in practice as follows. Here is the ARIS download client. We connect to the RASEN database. Here's the list of CWEs previously imported. Here's now a specific CWE along with the technical impacts, the CWE name and the CWE number. And above we've got the library of predefined CWEs generic component types, which again consist of component type name, and attached a list of CWEs which are characteristic for this weakness. In the following, we will now go a bit more into detail into the RASEN extension by creating a new product. So when doing risk assessment on a new product model, we start by creating a new product. There is a macro defined for doing that. Then we define new components. We create kind of a product hierarchy which contains all the components attached with a component type for a sample product, and in particular the use of generic component types within the product model. So basically already predefined component types can taken from a library to facilitate. Now this looks in practice as follows. From the dropdown, you select the new product macro. In the vignette, you define the application scenario, which describes the deployment of the product, where the product is deployed, and the macro will generate automatically a vignette and an empty model for your new product. Then you can open this new product that you just created and create a new component type. If the component type you're using is currently not available as a generic component type, from the list of CWEs, you select those which you think best describe the weaknesses that you have in this component. And the macro will generate this new user-defined component type, which can then further be used for the modeling of your risk within your new product. You copy the component, you add it to your new product, you specify a component, attach it to the top product, and you're now able to select also from the library of generic component types those which describe best the weakness that is present within the model. There's another component type, generic component type, which is now also added to the model. And this is now your final model. Now starting from the model that we now have, we are now able to evaluate this model by doing an ARIS export, and this export can then further be used by testing tools. So up to the current point, we have the ARIS model, which yet only contains the unconfirmed risks. Based on this, we want to do the product risk computation using the product vignettes. As mentioned before, this is the deployment scenario in which the product is used and the CWEs attached to the components. And this export is enabled using a JSON format to a RACOMAT tool, which will do the automated test case execution and the test case generation based on a live system which is running on a virtual machine. So doing so, we start with the product, which was created before in a model. Here you have again the vignette, which consists of 8 different dimensions. Then we have a report implemented which computes the risk score on product level, which is in this case 168. And to be further used by other tools, we export now the whole model, including all the artifacts, in a JSON format, which looks like the following. Here you see all the CWEs, all the components are represented in a hierarchy. Now the actual test is now executed on a tool implemented by Fraunhofer FOKUS, which is called RACOMAT. And this tool consumes the list of CWEs that you've seen before and produces a list of confirmed weaknesses present in the product. So what we obtain from RACOMAT is a list of confirmed risks, of confirmed weaknesses present on the product, which we import back to ARIS. And based on that, we can then do a risk evaluation on a product level in terms of a risk score. So we select from the report menu the report for importing the testing files back into the ARIS model. We select the file. And at this point, we have now all the present weaknesses in the ARIS model, and we're now doing a new evaluation on the risk level. We see that the risk score is 124, which is lower than before. My name is Frank Werner from Software AG. There is more information available on the ARIS community or on the project website, and I hope you liked this demonstration of the RASEN results.